Hello everybody, it's Patty here, the Alaskan Cross Stitcher. Today is October the 2nd, 2023, and this is episode 239. And today's show, I have whips, I have a little haul, and that's it. So sit back and relax, grab your beverage of choice. Iced tea for me, your craft of choice, and let's chat. So how was everybody's week? Mine has been up and down. On Wednesday, my hubby and I made the trip to the ER. And it wasn't for me this time, amazingly. The hubs, every once in a while, gets a really bad nosebleed. Most of the time, he can control it and it goes away. I have wanted him to go see an ENT for quite a while to cauterize it so he doesn't have these issues. Well, on Wednesday, it decided to flow, and it flowed, and it flowed. He spent an hour at work, couldn't get it to stop. He came home. I got dressed because I was in sweats. I don't like to leave the house unless I'm going to the gym or flying on a plane in sweats. So I needed to get dressed. I took him to the ER, which is 3 to 4 minutes away from us, I think. Maybe even less if you hit the lights right. It's not very far at all. In fact, we hear the helicopter when the helicopter lands on the helicopter pad by FMH. It's Fairbanks Memorial Hospital. So we're really close. So we were there from like 4:45 until 7. They took him right back. I mean, I have never seen them move somebody back that fast. It was like, I looked at the guy that was checking him and said, I'd like him to go back, right away, because the bleeding was not controlled. It was dripping. I mean, it was not, I don't want to get too graphic. It wasn't a pleasant experience. But the doctor and 2 nurses and a lab tech all were in the room with him trying to get it controlled. They got it controlled. We sat there for a while to make sure that it doesn't explode, start all over again really bad. The hubs told me that he thinks it stopped probably about 2:30 in the morning. He stayed awake. He didn't want to, he was afraid of bleeding out, which, I can understand that fear because it wasn't controlled for a long time and it was kind of scary. But he had this done. He did this like 2 years ago. It was right around when the hospital was kind of letting people other than the patient in during COVID era. But that one, they were able to control it right away, and he didn't have to have it packed. He didn't have, all these issues. Well, it's packed. It's still packed. As of this recording on Monday, it's still packed, and he is not happy because Sunday he spent most of the day in some pain, and he is real quiet about his pain. So I know that when he's saying something about it, it's pretty bad. That was not fun. But earlier in that day, I saw my mom. She is doing the same. She's still not getting up. She's still there. They did move her into the new the section they were moving the people in when they're remodeling. So she's in her room for the next 4 weeks. So I will have to wait and see how that turns out. Because what's mostly blocking them from each other is curtains. So that's kind of interesting. In her other room, it's a half wall. So the wall goes 3/4 the way to the ceiling. So the ceiling is open and there is a curtain doorway kind of thing blocking them. And their TVs are butted up against each other. So I have no idea who designed these places, but to me that's really stupid to have their TVs butted up against each other like that. But, who am I? And having half walls and curtains and stuff, that to me that doesn't make sense. But I've seen other places where there is no curtains, walls, nothing. They're just 2 beds, I remember those old days where we had to share rooms, hospital bedrooms, like that, with just curtains. My first baby was like that. But yeah, the littles. Oh no, let's back that. Friday, I went to a knitting, had a really great time. There wasn't a whole bunch of us. We had to go back to the place that we were trying to get away from. We don't have a lot of coffee house places that we can go and sit. The one coffee house, McCafferty's, that we used to go to, is dark right now because they have overhead lighting, and they don't use their overhead lighting as much. They have puck lighting also, and it's getting dark in there, so it's too dark to knit. I'm gonna go check it out a couple of more times to see if they're turning on any more lights, as it is getting to be fall and dark. So I know they do turn their lights on. I'm just not sure when. So we had knitting, and that was a lot of fun. I was there for 2 hours, so that's not too bad. We had really good conversations and had a great time. Sunday, the littles came, and they had a really great time. I have a lot of Halloween decorations, so I decided to drag out all the Halloween decorations and have them help. I wasn't expecting them to play Halloween store. We have a Halloween store called the Spirit of Halloween, and if you have one, you should go check it out. They're really cool. Anything you can think of for Halloween, they have. Animatronics, blow-ups. It's where I got my Halloween hair last year, which I have to find. I don't know where I put it. I need to find my Halloween hair. Costumes, just anything you can think of they have in this store. So they've been twice. And the animatronics and things don't scare them anymore. They think that's cool. So I have 3 blow-ups. I have a Scooby-Doo dressed as a pirate, which I've got when my sons were younger. I have a Jack Skellington sitting on a pumpkin, and I have a green spider. So the spider's name is Cutie, and of course Scooby, and then Jack. So I plugged those in. I would bring up decorations, and at first we just put out some decorations, and I have some bits and bobs here and there that I found and was putting out into the living room. And so Mason was going around. I usually don't like to say their names, but the little man was going around and finding those and then taking them into his Halloween store. So him and the littlest man were playing Halloween store, and that entailed them moving the stuff around and then having me come and go, ooh, ooh, you know, being scared and telling me the prices, and then I would leave and they would switch everything around, and then they'd pretend to sleep and then start all over again. I didn't have to get up every time they did that, but they wanted me to come every once in a while. So I would get up, and it went on for hours. I would say that 60 to 70% of their time on Sunday was spent playing Halloween store. I did post 2 pictures on Facebook. I usually don't post pictures of them, but their mom said that was fine, that she didn't mind me posting pictures, but they're not my kids, so I don't feel comfortable sometimes doing that. But I thought they were far enough away too that I just thought it was funny to see them be so excited. And the littlest man did not want to leave. He was so upset that he had to go because he wanted to keep playing. That makes me feel good. I did something right. They kind of like me. I like it. Yeah, so that was my week. So shall we get on with the stitching already? I've been blathering for almost 10 minutes, so I guess I should. Okay, take a drink. I want to say, before I really get started, if you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming in and checking me out. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I really do appreciate We all do. We all think it's great. If you like this, please give me a like and a subscribe. I want to thank all of the new subscribers for subscribing, and I noticed that my numbers jumped quite a bit last week. I'm kind of hoping that it stays that way. I like posting these, and I like knowing that there's somebody out there that enjoys the same thing I do. So now we'll get on with the stitching. On Friday, which I did not realize, the Stitchonomy popped up. She had posted the week before the frame. So she also started posting the blocks on Friday. So this has been stitching from the first time I stitched on it, and then I started stitching on it on Saturday, which I didn't realize she had posted the first clue on Friday. So I am caught up because she hasn't, as of this recording, she hadn't posted Monday's clue yet, but I will check that out after I'm done. So I've almost got the whole border done. And so the first block is that, and then the second block of clues was this one, and then this one was the Sunday clue. So I am caught up on the clues, just not on the blocks. So I am going to make Mondays my catch-up day, but this Monday I'm not going to, because I'm going to do a new project, not a new start. If you watched the Sunshine Stitchers, you'll understand that. I'm going to start a new project today after I'm done with getting this book. So that is where I'm at on the Stitchonomy Halloween 2023. And this is on 18 count Ada. I think it's a natural, and it's by Loops and Threads. Okay, and then the only September sampler that I worked on this last week, was the Heartstring Samplery Scary Sampler. And this is being stitched on 32 count Fiber on the Whim in the wheat colorway. I went to go post my stuff on Whip Warriors and noticed that they kicked me out of the group because I haven't been posting enough. So I understand that. I didn't think I was supposed to post pictures because I wasn't in the, I didn't have an album. So I was posting every once in a while, but I wasn't posting enough. So I was kind of sad because I had all these pictures of all my samplers. So I was going to do the before and after, and I'm not in the group anymore. So I think I'll try again at the end of the year. They usually open up the group again in like December. I'll try that. So now I backtrack. I filled in a flower. I got all of this put in, and I got the words here, where, completed. And I have noticed I'm already one column off, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep going with what I have here. And it shouldn't make any difference when I get moved over if I'm off. So, and if it does start looking like it's going to, I'll fix it. Okay. And I forgot that Monday was the 25th. So I just went ahead and worked on Christmas. No, this is Kringles. Sorry, this is Kringles by Little House Needleworks. So I just went ahead and threw this in this last week. I am stitching Kringles on 30 count Parisian Gray by Access Commodities. And I needed to finish this brown, these 3 brown rows for this to be done, except for the back stitch and the eyes. So I went ahead and started working on the doorway. So this will be fun. And I'm going to continue working on this. So on the 25th of October, even though it will not be a Halloween piece, I will work on this. And the last thing that I worked on this week, because that border frame took 2 days to get as much done as I did. And of course, going to see my mom, going to the ER. I didn't get a lot of stitching done on Wednesday. But anyway, I worked on Artisy's Christmas house one. So it's charted by Artisy. Art is by Steve Crisp. And I am stitching this on 25 count. Easy grid, 1/1, full cross. And I am 96% done with this. So I have just a little bit of this page to do. And then I have this page, which is it's barely any. So it says I'm supposed to be able to finish this by the 8th, but I don't think so. I think it'll be probably, hopefully, by the 15th. I want this completed by the 15th, but that is where I'm at. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but that's a race car. It's so cool. I was just like, wow. I couldn't figure out what those black things were, and then all of a sudden, it's a race car. So I was really happy about that. That was fun. A lot of fun. So, plans. Oh no, I gotta do haul and then roll into plans, because haul and plans go together. I'm gonna be starting Halloweenies today after I'm done with the Stitch On Me block. Get my glasses on so I can see my thing here. I'm stitching this on 36 count light Mocha Edinburgh by Zweigart. And I went ahead. I knew I said I was going to pull from my stash. Well, I decided to just go ahead and order the called for floss. So, and that is Halloweenies. So that's going to be my new project. So, which I'm going to call Starts New Projects and not New Starts. So this is my new project. Like I said, at least I think I said it in this iteration. If I didn't, go watch the latest Sunshine Stitchers, and you will understand why it's not a new project, or it's not a new start, it's a new project. They didn't have a word for it, but I'm saying new project. But that's where this is going to be started today. And then I will be setting up a wheel for my Halloween things over here. So I have 4 Halloween projects that I am working on. So this will be the 5th one. And then of course I will be starting that new start. I think in 2 weeks I will start the Cinnamon Stars, which I've said before really isn't a Halloween piece, but it is a fall piece. So, and she's got a pumpkin on the back. I mean, come on. Come on, Plum Street. Yeah. So I will be starting that in 2 weeks. And of course, I will be finishing up Christmas House one. Yay, I am so excited. I mean, part of me just wants to work on that completely until it's done. And I know that that might hit even harder, so I have to like pull back because I want to get Halloween stuff done too. Yeah. So looking around, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about today. I hope that everything is going great. I hope that you are staying safe, healthy, and happy. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.